Why, hello. Good evening, everyone. Twitch, YouTube, I see all of you. That was my phone ringing. My brother picked an awesome time to call me, and I actually need to talk to him, and now I can't. So, how many of you read the message in Discord? Relating to tonight's stream. Well, that makes it worth it. Well, let's go over that. Let's pause the stream music real quick. Now, I've seen this advertised many times over on various YouTube shorts. It comes up here or there around the web. I've been seeing this, and honestly, I thought it was just an ad. I thought it was one of those bullshit ads that when you click it, you install some other thing that isn't the game that's being shown. Then I saw my son playing it earlier. Apparently, the web portal thing he uses for school on his iPad has this game installed on it, and I was like, "Oh, well, that's cool. What's that called?" And he was like, "It's called Geometry Dash," and I'm like, "That's awesome. Good name. Let me have a look at that." So I went and downloaded it on my phone. And I was like, I need an easier way to play this. I'll bet you there's a Windows App Store version of it, and sure as shit, there is. We're going to go ahead and just make this full screen. I need... Is it on Steam? Yeah, this is an ad-supported version of the game. I don't really want to download it or own it. I just want it to kind of... Jesus, the music's loud. If you guys can't hear the game, I'm sorry. I don't know enough about this game to know if I'm allowed to stream the music of it. So I'm gonna give that a miss for now. I've been hijacked by someone in chat. That's terrifying. So if you're not familiar with the game, it's very simple. You have one control: jump. That's it. You don't control the direction. You don't control the speed. You just jump. That's it. Alright, let me actually play this like I care. Next round. No, I did not make this. This is a game called Geometry Dash. It is made by some other company that I will look up in a minute. Crap. I knew I fucked up as soon as it jumped. I played this for about an hour earlier today, just kind of getting used to it and memorizing the first level. kind of memorizing the first level. So this kind of game, it really is perfect, right? There is one control. It is jump. That's it. And there is a certain beauty to that, and that is that the control scheme is very easy to code for every device, right? Whether it's a game controller, a keyboard, I'm using my mouse to play, but you could easily be. It translates easy to mobile devices because you can just use a tap. That was rude. Yeah, that's my son was showing me that earlier. You can also edit the level a little bit. It's not really free. It's ad supported, which is not the same thing as free. I don't want to I'm not trying to mince words over it, but there is a distinct difference. Remember that nothing is truly free. Nothing. How you doing there, Walt? I didn't jump. I didn't jump soon enough. All right, that's enough of this. We were just demoing the game, not trying to beat it. As you can see, I've already beaten it anyway. Yes, I made all of you paper eating goblins a special channel just for your little cult. It is called Peck. Enjoy. Warm regards. All right. So let's start with Photoshop. Yeah, I tested some of the other levels in it, and yeah, every level has a different backing track. And actually, the practice mode in the same level has a different backing track. I did quite a bit of exploring in the game right before the stream started. It's good. It's well done. There's a lot of polish in it, and it looks great. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go. Uh, let's go at 32. Okay, we're gonna do 32 pixels. We'll zoom all the way in. Now, I use Photoshop to do this. You don't have to use Photoshop to do this. You can use MS Paint if that's the tool you have. So let's do green. Okay, we're gonna highlight this whole thing. We're just gonna fill it in. Then we're gonna go up here to select, modify. You have to be on the select tool to do that. Modify. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't like that for some reason. I wonder why. Oh, probably because it's dumb. Why is it not letting me? Really? Because Snap is on, probably. Snap is actually not on. We're going to select a border of, um, let's see, it's a 32 pixel square, so we're going to do 8 pixels. Okay, that's the border of it, and then we go to select inverse, and then we can delete that. Oh, that's the problem. First of all, the feathering is on. No, no, it's not. Okay, why is that being a giant butt plug? Control A, modify. Oh yeah, no, it's why is my shit all jacked up? All right, well, I guess I'll do it the old way, where you just drag borders out. So we come to 8 pixels here, 8 pixels here, right? So what you do is you delete all of this. Okay, then you take this layer, you duplicate it, you right click it, free transform, rotate 180 degrees. That's kind of what I want to end up with anyway. Okay, merge those layers, and then pull this off. Pull this off. We don't need that anymore. That's too thick. I don't like it. So we're going to take this tool, select the inside, and then we're going to take this tool, layer, select, not feather, Jesus H, modify, expand, and we're going to expand it by 4 pixels, which did bad things, of course. Okay, now we delete that. That looks much better. Alright, so now we're going to take this, we're going to double click it, open the properties, and we're going to go for a bevel emboss. We're going to do outer bevel, I'm sorry, inner bevel. Change the size to like 2. Yeah, 0? 0 it is. Just to give it a little bit of a 3D shape. Okay, let's select this, make a new layer, select everything behind it, and we're going to just make this whole background yellow. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now we're going to Control Shift S. All right, we're going to go to huh, shared. New folder. We're just going to call this GD. G dash. I don't want to call it GD. GD actually means something. All right, we're going to call this is a PNG. We're going to call it player.png. Okay, we have a player sprite. That was easy enough. I'm going to make a little game, I think. We're going to do a little coding experiment. We're going to play around with GameMaker. But first, I need some assets to work with before I can just start hacking code. So that's that. We're going to just close that now. Fly. Now, one of the other things, one of the ways I love working in GameMaker is with tiles. So we're going to open, not open, I'm sorry, we're going to new. We're going to set this to 128 by 128. All right, Now, here's a cool trick. We can go to View, Show, Grid. And if you go to Edit, Preferences, Units, and Guides, Grids, and Slices, you can set these grid lines, 32 pixels. And this is now a sprite sheet. That's what we have here. So we're going to make, pardon, we're going to, all right, let's do, first thing we need is a generic box, right? Because that's like the generic thing. We'll set these back to black and white. And we'll just click that, and then we'll layer, select, modify, contract, 2 pixels. Yeah, I figured that would happen. So we're going to click this right down. Now I know it's 1 pixel in from the outside edge, so we're going to move it in 1 more pixel. There we go. And we're going to delete that. No, we're not. We'll just... I don't want this. Go away. Alright, and we'll do like a brown color. Black into brown. Gradient. Hold shift to draw straight lines. That's the wrong way. We'll do it this way. Perfect. And now we have a generic box. That's sprite 1. But I made a mistake. When you do sprite sheets in GameMaker, the first sprite must always be empty. Always. It is imperative or it will not work correctly. I don't understand why this is, but I think it has something to do with knowing what a blank sprite looks like. Okay, for the next sprite, we're gonna really zoom in because I have a hard time seeing. So we're gonna go from here. All right, so from 64 to 96, half of that is like what, 81? Looks right. Looks right enough to me. All right, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna make a new layer first because we want to have multiple layers, and then we'll fill it, and then gradient tool, and we'll select, modify, contract 2 pixels. Perfect. And then we'll just gradient tool. Okay, now we get a spike. All right, and one of the other things in the game are these little platforms that you can land on. They look about like that, but they're not the full width of the sprite. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna fill it. Oh, I did it again. Control Z, new layer. Now we'll fill it. Select, modify, contract 2 pixels, and we'll fetch our gradient again. It's going to look a little weird, but it'll be alright. It's fine. These are prototype graphics anyway. Alright, now I made entirely too many frames, so we're just going to crop this right there. We're going to make sure our height is correct because it's very important. The height is 32, that is perfect. The width is 128, that is perfect. Alright, so now we're going to say save as. PNG. And we're just going to call this terrain by my convention. Close that. You know what? I actually want to save the PSD on this. So we'll save as. Also, terrain.psd. Now I have an original for the Photoshop document if I have to edit it later. It won't just be flat. All right. Now we can actually start writing some code and get to the fun part. It's funny that as my development career kind of went on, I used to really enjoy spending time in Photoshop, making pixel perfect things, and I used to do a lot of like web graphics and stuff, and I really enjoyed it. And as I got better and better at writing code, I discovered that I hate Photoshop more and more. Pardon me. All right. No, this thing's getting a little slow to start today. All right, we're gonna take. We'll just make a new document. It'll be fine. Game, blank game, and we're just gonna call it G dash clone. Let's go. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm stupid. I choke on my own spit sometimes. It's fine. Have I ever made a 3D game? I have never finished a 3D game. I have made working prototypes of several, to include a Minecraft clone. But the problem with it is that 3D games are really math intensive, and without proper optimization, they start to run really badly. And it's a fight that I've had with. I've never played VR anything. I don't own any VR equipment. And to be honest, I've actually actively avoided VR. My wife suffers from motion sickness, so she would not be able to play with me anyway, even if I did get it. And honestly, my eyes don't work properly, so I have a hard time like conceptualizing 3D space. My eyes work independently, basically. That's why I don't know if anybody's ever noticed when you watch my shorts, look at my face, look at my eyes. One is looking at the camera, the other one's off over here somewhere doing some wild shit. Okay, I have lazy eye. It's really common, actually. It's just a weak tendon behind my eyeball. It happens a lot. No, writing code is not difficult. Um, because of that, my eyes have learned to work independently, and my eyes do not focus to create a three-dimensional image in my brain of what the space I'm looking at is. So I only ever see the world in 2D, and I feel like I would struggle with a VR system because of that. Don't be sorry. Dude, there's no hate that I'm going to get that doesn't help me. Every time somebody leaves an ignorant comment on one of my videos, it promotes my video. And then I go through my YouTube studio and just delete all the hateful comments. Or respond to them when I think they're provably wrong. It's no big deal. We're actually going to write some code here in just a minute. So hang on tight. First thing we need is a room here in GameMaker, and we actually have one that is supplied to us by the setup wizard. So we're going to zoom out a little bit. Let's set our viewport first. Okay. So we're going to change the we're going to enable viewports first. Oops. And then we're going to enable viewport 0. That gives us this handy dandy little thing. Pardon me. I believe this is supposed to be. What is the resolution for 720p? I always forget this. Hang on, let me just look it up real quick. 720p 16 by 9. Right, so it's I know it's 720 lines up and down. So we'll set this to 720. And I believe this is supposed to be 1240, I think, or 80. I don't remember. Let's just see. 16 by 9 aspect ratio calculator. Gotta love Google. So This is backwards. I have the height. I need the width. It's 1280. Yeah, it's 1280, not 1240. Okay. And then we do the same thing here for our viewport properties. Well, no, we won't. We're gonna cut these numbers in half. We're gonna go 640, and that makes the new height 360. So we're gonna say 640 by 360. That gives us a 2-to-1 upscale factor. My favorite food, huh? Again, it's like my favorite game, right? It changes as I get older. Right now, um, a new pizza place just opened up a couple miles from my house, and their meat lovers pizza is to absolutely die for. It is delicious. And like, if I order pizza from Domino's, I can sit and eat an entire large pie by myself. Okay, I get a large pie from this place, a meat lover's pie from there. I can eat 2 slices, and that is it. I'm done. So it's a combination of the food being really good and also best bang for your buck. Like $30, I feed the whole family for 2 days. All right, let's add let's add our images. So first we're going to add sprites. We're going to create a new sprite. Okay, we're going to name it SPR player, and then we'll import an image. G dash. Here's our player object. It looks terrible, and that's fine. This is programmer art. Okay, and then we're going to set the origin point to the middle center. That's important to remember to do, especially for this. We're going to go to collision mask, and we're going to set it to automatic is actually fine for this because it will just consume the entire sprite, which is square, and it works really well in this particular case. We're done with that. We'll add one more sprite. We're going to edit the image, and we're going to add. I did not know you could import PSDs directly into this. That's cool. I'm not gonna, because PSDs are huge. We're going to name this SPR terrain. Alright, and we're going to set the collision mask. This is a little shitty. Alright, we're going to do mode is automatic, but we need precise slow. Okay, you don't have to do per frame because this is not an animation, but it needs to be precise so that the collision on the triangle and the collisions on the floating platforms are correct. All right. And then the origin point on this doesn't matter. Just close that because we're going to come to here where it says tile sets. And we're going to create a new tile set. You'll find that when working in 2D, tile sets are your friend. TS terrain. Alright, and we're going to import a sprite from our sprites directory here. And then we're going to set this to 32 pixels by 32 pixels. There we go. And then we're going to that's actually it for that. Okay. We can close this. Okay, now we go to our room. And we're going to add a tile layer. And we're going to name this rename layer. We're going to name it TL terrain. And that's for tile layer terrain. All right, now we have a tile layer, but we have to tell it what tile set to use. So we just made a tile set. It's there. Okay. And then we'll go to our fill tool, which is up here somewhere. Fill right here. Boop. Okay. Back to our draw tool, right? And we can just pick a pen, the spike, put the spike there. We'll put another spike there. We'll make a box and put a spike there. Okay. That's a good start, right, for some basic testing. Now we click our instances. We're going to move this down. We select our instances. And we're going to go back to our editor, back to our browser here. And under objects, you want to create a new object. Now, objects are the things that have code attached to them. These are the things that actually move and interact with the world. So we're going to call this OBJ for object player. And we're going to add the sprite to it. That's not the sprite I wanted to add. That one. Okay. I'm going to add an event, create. We're going to use, I'm only going to use GML code. I do not like GML visual. However, if you want to use GML visual, by all means, go ahead. And if anybody tells you that that's noob shit or that real programmers only write code, we don't use visual code, do not listen to a fucking thing they say. Everybody learns their own way. Start with GML visual if that's what you want to use. There is lots and lots of tutorials out there about how to use it. I just happen to be more comfortable writing code. Welcome back, Magnum. Speedless, I don't really feel like I'm famous. No, I don't have a release game, but I do have a release demo. We'll get to that in a second. I don't really feel famous. My one video got like 260,000 views or something. I mean, yeah, I definitely gained some notoriety, but I wouldn't call it famous. And I'm really just a guy. I'm a 41-year-old dad that has been writing software for 20 years that still doesn't work in the IT industry anymore because I generally choose not to because it's toxic and awful. I have a job throwing scrap metal with my best friend. It's his business. I shoot my cats with Nerf guns. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I'm just a regular ass dude. And if you go to my Twitch, TV/KeepsEdge. On my Twitch, underneath of the stream, because I'm streaming there as well, there is a link to play the demo. It is on GX Games. You can go ahead and play the demo of my game. It does not cost money to make a Discord server, but it does cost money to boost that Discord server, which is why my server is not boosted. Don't start that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You guys are killing me with that. Okay, let me just make this abundantly clear. I am responsible for everything that happens with my platform, to include chat. Okay? So if you guys say stuff that is like horribly offensive to anyone, I can get deplatformed. And depending on the severity, YouTube can issue 3 strikes in one offense. And I'm done. That's it. I'm done. My account gets banned. I can never log into it again. So we're not going to do that. If you want to do that kind of stuff, DM each other on Discord, whatever. Just jokes that will get horribly out of control very quickly. Anyway, let's get back to this. Well, let me make sure I've answered all the questions in chat. I believe that was all the questions. Yep. I don't like football. No, I don't like sports. All right, let's All right, so in Geometry Dash, the character pretty much has infinite lives, but you start the level over after every attempt, every failed attempt. So I don't really need a life tracker, although I guess I could use an attempt tracker. But the attempts are on the level, not on the player, so I don't need it here. Yes, Magnum, I made a paper eating clan chat channel on Discord for use. I don't understand it, but if it's your thing, I'll support it. That's fine. Um, Painful. That's how it feels. I'm not that old, you goblin. I'm only 41. All right. Oh, you know what I forgot? We have to use physics. We have to turn physics on for the object. That's important. Um, and I'm going to guess the object is solid. I've actually never used GameMaker physics before, so this is going to be interesting. Oh boy, there's a power struggle in chat. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. Shots fired. Ooh, ooh, with a double tap. The most amount of views I've had is, I don't know, like 267,000 views, I think, on one video. I think. I might be wrong. It might be 167. I don't remember. Hold on. Views. Oh, I lied. 275,277 currently, and still counting. All right. Um, so I guess I will map. Yeah, we'll just do it on the player for now. We'll do controls. So we need a step function. Stop asking me. All right. And step, well, I said function, but really I meant event. So step is called every game frame. Sort of. I eventually want Twitch to be my job. Um, but I do enjoy using YouTube as a platform, so there's no reason for me not to use both. I am closer to being monetized on Twitch than I am YouTube, but I am currently monetized on neither. Hold select for like 10 seconds, but you have to have a game controller to do it. And I specifically set it up that way because you have to have a game controller to use it as well. I get a new follower. I'm not getting involved. You guys sort it out. Have a battle royale. Bandit life. Go play Borderlands with each other or something. I don't know. I have the great Luffy. Is that Luffy? Are you a One Piece fan? Is that how this works? Yeah, I am also reading Twitch chat. Or trying to, anyway. It's my screen is a lot of a mess. My other monitor. Here, I'll just show you. We'll do a boomer screenshot here. That's my other monitor. Okay, I've got right here. I've got YouTube chat. I've got Twitch chat in OBS, OBS preview, stream settings for Twitch. Down here, I've got Winamp for stream music, which I need to turn back on because I'm a bad streamer and I forgot. All of the volume controls for my various sound sources, and then my big curved monitor, which is what I'm actively developing on right now. That's all my stuff. And I want to get a third monitor for the left side of my setup, but I want it to stand horizontally. Mostly for like API documentation and stuff. That way, if I bring up like a web page that's got a lot of complicated information on it, for something that I'm writing, I can display the document on that page and I can actually read the entirety of it without having to scroll. A little bit of both, actually. So I'm a little bit of both. What's his face? Josh Reno asked if I am fat or ripped. I'm a dad, so I have a dad bod. Okay, I drink beer, I smoke cigarettes, so I have done not great things with my life, and I've put on a little bit of weight. And when I say a little bit, I mean I'm 6'5" and I am 265 pounds. I know, babe. I'm working on the death situation. I'm not going to invade your space there. You're running out of room as it is. However, while I may be a little bit bulbous in the front around the belly, I am absolutely stacked with muscle. My primary job is to pick up washers and dryers and throw them in the back of a pickup truck. And I do it with ease. So you could be both, right? Like, I don't look super muscular, but make no mistake, underneath my layer of fat, I am an absolute animal. Why would I do that? Here, look at this. You want me to green screen my face? Look at this. Boom, done. Green screened. Ha. Yeah, I know it is. I know. It's because the fan's like um running on high speed. Is that better? No, no, it's not. All right, where's the webcam? Right there. I just need to turn this a little bit. Nope, not that way. That way. There we go. Yeah, 6'4", 220. That's about what I was when I was in high school. 6'4", 6'5", and usually about 210 to 220 pounds. I fluctuated. Hello, Dark Warrior. Hi. All right, let's read some code. So every step we want. Remember, now this is different from other platformers because we don't actually have to check horizontal movement, right? The little block moves on its own. It has a constant speed that it travels throughout the level. So we don't have to mess with that. All we have to check for is if a jump cue is pressed. So we're going to check the spacebar. We're going to check, what do you think, chat? The A button on the controller, probably a good call. Otherwise, the cross button for the PlayStation. Same, for the jump button. Although I guess I could do any button, right? Because it's only one input. Any button can make you jump. So we'll do that. We'll just test for any face button press. That should be good. Spacebar is probably good for jumping with the keyboard. So let's say if jump pressed equals 1. Jump. Now these things make no sense because these functions don't exist yet. So let's define them. Function jump pressed. Now I use this as part of an if statement, okay? But I'm expecting it to return a numeric value of 1 or 0. Now you can typically evaluate that properly However, GameMaker has a bit of a thing. It evaluates 0 as false, which is fine. That's normal in a lot of scripting languages. But it also evaluates negative numbers as false, which is specific to GML. So that's why I specifically asked if it's 1, because that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use like a set flag. So we're going to say if keyboard, that's not how you spell that, check VK space is a GML constant for the spacebar. Then we'll say return 1. If gamepad button is it check? Yeah, it's check. GP pad. Oh wait, 0 GP pad, not pad, face 1. And we're just going to rinse and repeat that for all of the other pad buttons. Oh, you guys are doing it up, huh? Oh, I gave you poll permissions. Jesus, what have I done? All right. Very funny. All right. So again, we'll say if gamepad button check 0 GP face 2 equals 1. I think I'm using that wrong actually. Let me just consult the documentation real quick. By the way, the first argument to this method is the gamepad number. So a computer can actually have 16 gamepads plugged into it, ordered from 0 to 15. I'm only checking for 0 because that's the default one. There is a better way to do that, but we are prototyping right now, so being super picky about the right way to do things is a lot less important. Let me just check GML gamepad check gamepad button check. Wait, can I do check pressed? I can do check pressed. Oh no, I want check, not check pressed. They do different things. Okay, yep. I don't want to actually evaluate this as with 1. I just want to ask if it's true. And same thing here. Alright, now we're just going to copy this because I'm going to be lazy. And we'll just change this to face 3 and face 4. Okay, those are the 4 face buttons, the gamepad. And if any of these ever comes up true, it will return 1. But if none of them come up true, you have to remember to return 0 at the end of the function, or it will just dump out and this will end up keeping its value from the previous frame, which may not be correct. So every frame we will check if jump was pressed, and if it was pressed, or if it was not pressed, we'll return 0, which will make this evaluate false. And then we call it the jump method, which function jump. Now here, I actually have to do a tiny bit of research because I'm not real familiar with the physics engine for GameMaker, but GML. No, I think I forgot to set physics in the room too. So we go up to the room. I come down here, room physics, enable physics. There is a gravity X and a gravity 10. I'm going to leave it alone. That probably is fine. And we'll just leave that be. I need forces. I need physics apply impulse. That would be probably the most correct way to jump something. So we're going to fire an impulse. So we'll say, unfortunately, I cannot read chat right now because I have API documentation in front of everything. Give me just a second if anybody's saying anything important. Physics apply impulse. X position, Y position. So we'll say X, Y, because that's this object. And then X impulse, Y impulse. Wait, what? The X component of the impulse vector and the Y component of the impulse vector. Not really sure what that's asking me for. Let's look at the example. Oh. Okay. So the impulse on the X will just be X, and then the impulse on Y will be Y minus 10. And let's see what that does. Right? Does that not work? One argument is provided. No. Balls, Josh. Oh, I missed a comma. That's why it's mad. Right? No? I mean, I did miss a... Oh, no, I didn't miss a comma. That's supposed to be Y minus 10. Oh, because it's not angular. It's physics apply impulse. That's right. Okay. And yeah, angular impulses and angular forces are different. It's for rotating bodies, which that'll be a thing because as we saw when I was playing the game earlier, every time that block jumps, it turns. So we'll get into the angular momentum stuff, but for now, let's just get it up in the air. All right, so we'll go back to our room editor, and we're going to put our player in the world. He goes on the instances layer. Okay. Now if I go into the room editor, which is here somewhere, I need creation code. Okay. Because I have to set up. What up, Tundra? Hang tight. Now I hit the button to unmute my mic, but the hotkey didn't fire for some reason. Anyway, I'm running a game that is sort of a mock-up of Geometry Dash as sort of an intro to coding to show everybody that this is not complicated stuff, that everybody can learn how to do this. And thank you everybody for telling me my mic was muted. It's just, yeah. I need to get a Steam Deck is what I need. That way I can map actual buttons on a device to the controls I want to use with OBS and stuff, and some other things. I had some other stuff planned. I don't have enough hotkeys to do it all. Right now I'm using my number pad on the right hand side of my keyboard. So 1 is my stream start, 2 is actual broadcast, 3 is my BRB, and 4 is my big cam me. And then my plus sign, my add sign, mutes and unmutes my mic. I don't want to use it on my keyboard. I'll just get a Steam Deck. So it's a matter of priorities, right? Like right now, I'm not ready for any of that yet. Probably around the time I start getting monetized somewhere, I'll start worrying about more of it. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I mean, you know, and I also don't really have the room on my desk right now for this. Like I kind of showed you guys my setup. Like my desk is a fucking disaster. Okay, like my keyboard, my cup of coffee, ibuprofen because I'm fucking old and I'm constantly in pain. Smokes. There's a random stud finder sitting there. I was working on something. My Nerf gun for the cats. My phone. My wallet. My inhaler because I smoke and sometimes um, I get swelling in my chest and stuff, bronchitis. I don't even know what that is, but it's a toy from one of my kids' stuffs. I have candy wrappers here because I have children and myself, actually. Gamepad, like my desk is a mess. Like I have like no room here. So, um, can I play games on what, Josh? Oh, no, this is for making games, not playing them. Oh no, Steam Deck is a device. It's I guess it would be more like an auxiliary keyboard, just with nicely labeled buttons that you can then map as macros to things on the computer. Where is my API docs? Okay, you have to use Physics World Create. Okay, a macro is a list of commands, basically. Um, and then a pixel meter scales real. Hold on. I'm got a bunch of stuff here. We're gonna look up the API docs for that. Defines the ratio of pixels on screen to meters in the real world. A ratio of 32 to 1 will be specified as 1 or 0. Okay, we'll just copy that number because that looks like it's useful. All right, and we'll go from there. Discord. Not gonna be involved. That's not my fight. All right, and can I? Let's see what happens. I'll bet you it crashes. I'll bet you it crashes. It crashed. The instance does not have an associated physics representation. I don't know what that means. Let's find out. Abort. Hmm. All right. So this is fine. There's apparently an issue with density, possibly, according to what I just read. That doesn't really make any sense. The room does have physics, right? Yep, it has physics. The object in question does have physics, right? Yes, it's solid. What if I uncheck solid? I don't think that'll actually fix anything. Yeah, no. Yeah, it. So everything works until I hit space, which means I'm applying the. I'm probably doing the impulse wrong. Hmm. All right, take it easy, bud. Hmm. I keep clicking all the wrong things. Oh, okay, what if I do. This shouldn't really be necessary, but. Yeah, no, it broke it. Seeing the instance does not have an associated physics representation, but everything that I've tried to apply physics to, I've turned physics on for, which is really just the player object and the room itself. Ugh, Unity. Ugh, Unity. Unity. I know, for real, I actually really like Unity a lot. Um, and you could do it that way in GameMaker as well. You could absolutely set those as variables using gravity scales and the math that way. I just kind of wanted to play with the built-in physics, physics engine. I do like. No, I'm coding in. It's called GML. It's a proprietary language to GameMaker. GameMaker language. It's more akin to JavaScript than it is anything else. So I have a bit of a bitch about Unity. I mean, you see, I have it, right here. Unity drastically changed their licensing model in a way that makes it 100% unenforceable, like without doing serious tracking of installation. And I think that's really slimy, right? Like, I don't want my game to be tracking its players. Like, that feels dirty. Don't get me wrong, like, the engine itself is awesome. I love Unity for both 2 and 3D projects. It does all kinds of cool stuff. And C Sharp happens to be one of my favorite programming languages. So it being having native support for C Sharp is also just tits. But God, that licensing, man, I can't. I won't even try to use it because no matter what I do with Unity now, I'm never going to release it. So I don't even bother. I just leave it installed until they pull their heads out of their asses. I've actually never used Ruby. I've seen some documentation and stuff on for like Ruby on Rails, and I didn't like it. But Ruby on Rails is for web development, and I already have a pipeline for web development that no one has managed to beat, and I will always be biased. Welcome back, Walt. I have used Python a little bit, and I don't like that either because that feels like syntactic garbage. How did you do that, hon? Hang on. Chat stops. My wife is hurt. I'm gonna hit you with a paper airplane. No, you'll probably dolphin that shit. Just fucking catch it. Oh. Oh. Ow. Is it bad bad? Or is it just like one of those, well, this fucking sucks. I get to work with that for the rest of the night. Ugh. So, my wife works at a hospital. She cleans surgery rooms over during the night, and she just had well, one of the bed rails. Yeah, they're heavy too. Like everything about hospital medical equipment is fucking heavy as shit and snappy. Ugh. Well, this doesn't fucking work. We're just gonna delete all of that because it doesn't do anything. All right, so we're gonna do it the other way, right? We're gonna do it with math. So we'll just disable physics. Done. We'll disable physics here. Done. And now I can do collision detecting properly, right? With the tile layer, because I wasn't really sure how I was gonna handle that. Ew. Hospital paper tastes sterile. So we'll create a script of globals. All right. Rename. We're just gonna call it globals. All right. Um, Pink sauce on it. I think he means magenta printer ink. I'm literally stunned of looking at chat. Like I don't even know how to respond to any of this. That's not how you do that. That's how you do that. Um, This is way too much work for what I'm trying to prototype, so delete that. All right, we're going to go back into the player object, right? Yep, create function, good. And we'll set our globals here. Okay. Now we'll delete this. We'll do it in step because it's gonna have to be a constant thing. It has to be checked every frame. I'll actually need. No, I'll do variable here. We're gonna call it jump force, and we'll set it to 25. So now, if gravity is 10, oh shit, my everything hurts. We have to make sure we are currently in contact with the tile layer, the floor tiles. I made a mistake. Slight. Yeah. Yep. I have. Alright, so we're going to do, this is terrain, so we're going to delete, not that, I want that. We're going to delete this, 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 and this. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new tile layer on top of this one. We're going to call it TL obstacle, which actually uses the same tile layer, or tile set rather. And we're going to put our obstacles here. Okay. And we're going to do that because of the way we have to check collisions. So we're going to say if place meeting, I have to use the, okay, so we say X, Y, the tile map element. You can't just call it by name. You have to use the element. So we'll say TL terrain equals tile map get tile layer, Oh my god. Layer tile map. Get ID for TL terrain. There. That assigns that to a variable now. So now I can say if please view this TL terrain. Does this select? Okay, nope. Alright, this makes sure that we are in contact with the ground, basically. Or an object that we can jump off of. So if I switch to the terrain, I can use this as well, like right here. I'm very wrong about how I'm going about this. Because you can land on top of these blocks, but you can't run into the side of them. And that requires slightly smarter collision detection. I didn't think about that. Thus, I can't use place meeting because place meeting is literally the dumbest uh, collision detection you can do. Hmm. 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 Yeah, none of that works. Hmm. Oh, right, you asked me about C++ before. I don't. I want to, though, right? C++ is massively powerful, but I've never really bothered to dive into it as far as I should have. It's on my list of to-dos. Like, I definitely want to learn C++ because I'd like to get into Godot. Godot is going to be my replacement for Unity, I'm pretty sure. Well, so Godot is primarily a 2D game engine right now. It does do 3D. It supports 3D, but they're still working on a lot of those features. But Godot is special. Okay, and it's going to be really special because Godot is this bastard project they kind of started out of love, And the community has just been pouring in all kinds of support and help to get it, to build it up and make it better. And it reminds me of something that I saw a long time ago, and that's this son of a bitch right here. When Blender was first released, this thing was trash. Like, it was easily a laughable 3D modeler. And there was no reason to use it over something like Maya or 3D Studio Max. Like, there was no fucking reason you should be using Blender. It was trash. But it got better. And it got better. And it got better and better. And now, there are so many plugins and different things that you can do with to augment the way Blender works. They can work with literally any workflow you can possibly imagine. The only problem I have with Blender is the way it fucking exports shit. It twists an axis and it really pisses me off. But other than that, it's pretty good. Nah, I disagree. I think Blender is fucking cool. I think Blender is awesome and for free. Like for the power it has for being free is amazing. And if you write Python and understand, 3D coordinates and stuff, you can write your own plugins for it. Like, it's awesome. I have never had a need to do that, but I know it's an option. Then you can write Python. Seriously, like Python is easy. I never restarted to stream music. Oh god, I'm tired. Really? Because I'm pretty sure I used the Traveler's Backpack mod for 120.4. Hang on. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm on 120.1 is the current release of my mod pack, not point 4. Okay. No, that's cool. Um, writing mods is a great way to get started developing games. It's how I started. I mean, modding is how I got into game development, but that's not how I got into programming. I started out writing Bucket plugins for a CraftBucket server, which then we migrated to Spigot, which really didn't change much for what I was doing. And then I got into writing Forge mods, and I fucking love Forge. I think Forge is awesome. You want to make a sequel to? Hold on, I can't. Call of Duty Black Ops 4. I assume that's what all that is. Unfortunately, all of that is, you know, owned already. So, none of this works, and I'm fucking tired. My brain isn't working. I'm gonna actually have to give this a miss. My brain is actually exhausted. I've been awake since 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's currently almost midnight. It's 11:30. No, I'm not gonna go to sleep yet. I have to stream every night. It's part of my regimen. Um, it's just oh shit, I did to check my mail in game though. Part of growing a community and expanding is being consistent about your schedule. It's important. It's only 4 hours a day. I may not stay up until 2 a.m. like I usually do, but I will stay up a little longer for sure. The problem is, right, like I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, I get dressed, I get ready for work. I usually get up, me and Mike start working around 7:30. And we don't like immediately start work. We go to the gas station, I get a cup of coffee. I usually buy a pack of smokes while I'm there, just so I don't run out. We get a couple of Gatorades if it's going to be hot. Um, um, I have the actual launcher for it from the website, the loading bay launcher. Whoa, one's human. Oh, the launcher's called loading bay. Um, it's this. I don't. I mean, you could probably download the launcher, but you can't play the game. No, it's multiplayer. It's a multiplayer server. Like they host the servers, and there's an authentication system that it saves your authenticate. It uses OAuth, right? Um, so like I'm approved to play the game. It's linked to my Google account, and if you're not on the beta list, you're not going to get to play. I'm so confused. Oh, right here. You can't anymore. That was the thing. So what happened was, and this is how me and the wife got to play it. We heard about the game was coming up for. There was open signups for a closed beta test back in December, and that was for beta 2. And me and the wife signed up, and we were approved because we signed up early. And after beta 2, when they decided they were going to roll out with a third beta test, all of the beta 2 testers were invited back. Now, there weren't enough of us, so they did have like 70,000 more codes to give out. They gave all of them out in the first week. So there is no more signups, like it's done. Unfortunately. Well, there won't be. The game is going to launch this year. It's going to launch. It's supposed to launch quarter 3 of this year, is what they're saying. So like July, August, maybe September. That's what they're saying. Now, that might be a little overly optimistic. I'm not sure. Oh, you're a tough son of a bitch. It's armored. I have started a fight I might not be able to win with mobs a lot stronger than me. Hang on, Fernando. Fuck, I shot over his shoulder. Did I shoot through the walls? Really? Let's look at that. No, if it's happening for you, it would probably happen for everybody. It might depend on the wall. I'll look at it in just a minute here. Let me get myself safe-ish. Jesus. He healed back up. That's that boss mob. Okay. Let me take a look at it in just a second here. I really gonna log in and check mail anyway. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Okay. Alright, no mail. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's, where is it? Oh, yep, that's intentional. That the turrets can shoot through walls. You know what, let me load up Game Maker real quick. Because there are a few things I have to fix with it. Like the boss health. Hey there, Walt. is this? This is the controller object. Ship. Enemies. Bosses. Boss submarine. Object boss sub. Copy. Spawn sub. This is the thing, right? Variable definitions. HP. He's got 300 health. Let's dial it down to 100. And we'll just... Okay. Save that and play it. Yeah, my game will be easy. Wow. That's what I'm paying attention gets you. Damn. I know about that bug. I don't know why it does that. Yeah. Alright, that fixes the boss's health problem. Let's, save project. And we'll release 4 GX games. And, build, create executable, upload this game. What? Why did that happen? Yeah, it's pretty good so far. Synchronize with Opera GX. GXC sync failed. Of course it did. Give me just a second, I get logged into my GX account. Alright. Take it easy, Walt. This is all right. I have to tell this thing I need to log out of GX and log back in. I don't 100% remember to do that. Hmm. Yeah, it's going to keep throwing that error because it's not telling me how to. Oh, no, no. Hmm. Okay, they fucking changed something. That's what happened. All right. I gotta find it. Wait, no, this is a different error. Are you fucking serious right now with this? Okay, that might be more helpful. Hmm. That's a modding problem. That's not specific to this. Um, None of this information is particularly fucking helpful. Like, none of it. Alright, so what happened here was I changed my password for GX Games. Uh, came into my channel asking for things that will get me deplatformed. And also, that's gross. Why are we talking about this? Like, there are so many better, far more intelligent things to discuss. And we're going to talk about Pokemon in the darkest part of the internet. Alright, this is really the issue. I love the enthusiasm. No, no, it is not. The tank. There's only one tank in the game. It is a generic tank sprite. The game is not for sale yet, as it is not complete. There is, however, a demo available on my Twitch. Which is right there. I have no idea at this point, Fernando. I really don't. This is my first actual public release game. So I want to say for now it will probably just be Steam, and I'm probably going to sell it for like $6. After I get more levels and I'll be right back. I gotta pee. I'm back. I was peeing, and then I ran outside to have a cigarette since I was away from my computer. I will not poop while I'm on stream because that's like a 20-minute affair, and I won't make you guys wait that long. I apparently have managed to come across some sort of bug with GameMaker where I can't get it to upload the changes to my game to GX Games. And the only way I'm going to be able to do this is probably reinstall GameMaker. That way it wipes out its connection to GX Games and I have to get a new authentication token. Uh, and there's the wife feeding paper. Most of the paper eaters left, I think. I said most. There's a kitten in a box. Let me zoom in. That is a kitten in a box. My bad. My bad. I It looked like paper to me. It's very small. I thought you were delivering like pallets of paper. Because you do that. There's the paper. There it is. Close that. Close that. To get back to Fernando's question, release targets. Okay, so there's a bit of a shtick thing here with GameMaker. In order to release on PC, because right now I can only release on GX Games. To release to PC, I have to purchase the GameMaker license, which is about $100. It is a lifetime license you pay at one time, and that's not really a bad deal. That's fine. And when I'm ready to release the game on PC, I'll just buy the license. No big deal. Okay, to release to consoles, different license, and it is incredibly expensive. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's probably a few grand. Let's look. I just need GameMaker. I want... Here's it's the enterprise version you need. I believe. Yeah, console exports as enterprise, and it's see, personal is a one-time purchase of $99.99. The enterprise is a yearly fee of $79.99, which I suppose isn't bad. Now that I think about it, that's actually not terrible. So yeah, maybe I'll release to uh um what's it? The Switch. Perhaps. I guess it ultimately depends on how well the desktop export goes, right? If I release the game for desktop or for Steam and that goes well, then I don't see why I wouldn't release to at least the Switch. But if it does poorly, why am I going to waste time? Move on to the next project. Oh, actually, I want to see that real quick. Dashboard. Wow, you guys. Wow. Wow. 4,294 subscribers. Wow. When I woke up this morning, that was about 4,100. And I've gained almost 200 subscribers in a day. Just wow. This is absolutely huge. Unfortunately, I am very tired, and it's 10 after 12. I was going to try to stream for like 4 hours, but I got work in the morning, and I didn't sleep well last night. I am exhausted. Unfortunately, the air conditioner in my room died, and it's like sleeping in a sauna now. So, good sleep is not going to be on the docket. Some sleep has to be. So, I'm going to wrap things up a little early today. And I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming down and hanging out with me. Maybe we'll do a little bit more with this tomorrow, this little project. And, God, I need to sleep. I can't even think. Yeah, and this is huge. These numbers in my dashboard are... This is amazing. Alright, I got one more. One more. In the time it took me to refresh the page, basically. This is incredible. So, thank you everyone for this, and I will see you all again tomorrow night. Same time. Maybe a little earlier. Don't count on it, but we'll see. Updates will be in Discord as always. Thanks again.